Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Tonight we're going to begin our study of Lalita Trishati and the 300 names of the Goddess Lalita. So let's begin with the introduction on page 206. Lalita is another name for our Divine Mother. It means beautiful, playful, and beloved. She is beautiful as there is no other vision to compare with the divinity of existence. She is playful because everything that is perceivable is part of the Leela of God, the manifestation of divine drama upon the stage of consciousness. She is beloved because all other love has an element of selfish attachment, but the love of God is pure love. Her name also means she who resides in the lolat, or in the third eye, of the forehead, in the Ajna Chakra, or the summit of existence. She who orders and organizes the creation in Ajna Devi. She gives the order. She gives an order and she organizes. That's why it's called the Ajna Chakra. That's where she resides when she's giving orders. If Sada, Shiva, and Shakti reside in eternal union in the Sahasrara, then Lalita distinguishes the individual forms and names of objects and relationships in this existence. In order to look into your eyes to tell you how much I love you, I must step back from our union into the duality of our love. Lalita, the beloved, is the one I see. So in order for me to tell you I love you, I can't be in union with you. We can't be one. We have to be two, because there's an I, and there's a you, and there's a love between the two of us. Lalita is the one I see. My beloved. All the karma of creation she orders. All actions of existence are authored by her. It is for her that we do everything knowingly or unknowingly. We are constantly seeking to manifest expressions of our love to her. When we are successful, she grants her approval. And as a loving mother, she gives us the fruit of our righteous conduct. When we fail to tread the path of Dharma, she lets us know immediately and sends to us the conflict and confusion born of impropriety. She has 1,000 names. Actually, she has many thousands of names. Even more true is that every name in existence is hers. In the 1,000 names of Lalita appears the name of Kameshwari, the supreme goddess of all desires. And this is also a name of Kali. In the 1,000 names of Kali appears the name Padma. This is also a name of Lakshmi. In the 1,000 names of Lakshmi appears the name Saraswati. They are all one. There is only one God, there is only one goddess. The God and the goddess are one. The worship with 1,000 names brings great fruit. Rahasya Nama Sahasram, Amyamatima Yo Mayodita, Sri Cakra Yantra, Namo Matima Barike. Those who offer me the secret of the greatness of the 1,000 names, they are a shining light in the darkness of night. Such is the glory of these names. Bhardevi Rachite Nama Sahasre Yadadiritam Tatpalam Koti Gunitam Nano Yekasya Chitana. These 1,000 names shine in the consciousness of the goddess of all vibrations, of all words, of all sounds, of all names. The fruits bear 10 million qualities, of which not even one can be sung. So these 1,000 names of Lalita are really powerful, important names for us to learn, these 1,000 names. But the worship with these 300 names brings even greater fruit. Etadam Jaya Jakarate Stotricha Archanivyat Palam Parid Tat Palam Koti Gunitam Parinamastatrayat. Whatever fruit may be derived from the offerings and songs and continuous recitations of other mantras, that fruit will be multiplied by 10 million qualities for those who worship with these 300 names. So you get thousands of, and 10 million times the fruit for reciting the 1,000 names, and you get 10 million times the 10 million times for those who worship with these 300 names. Rahasya Nama Sahasra Kotya Vidya Yat Palam Tababi Koti Gunitam Nama Trishati Kirtanat. The fruit of the secret of the 1,000 names brings 10 million changeless qualities. Whoever sings these 300 names receives 10 million times those qualities. Well, let's finish the introduction. We'll go back to that and we'll discuss the secret of why that's true. It's fascinating. Lalita is Sri Vidya. She is the knowledge of the highest respect, expressed by the 15-lettered mantra known as Kali, that which starts with the letter Ko, the primary cause. She defines the 3 forms of Maya. The Maya of Shankya, the Maya of illusion, which causes the many to look with attachment to the many, forgetting entirely the inherent divinity within. That is, here we are, a multitude, looking at the multitude and seeing only division, individual forms in the massive expanse of creation, forgetting all about the unity. The relationship between the Maya of Tantra, the embodiment of the Divine Mother, is the relationship between the many and the one, and the one and the many. And here we are, the many, looking towards the one. And there she is, the one, looking towards the many. So that's the Maya of Tantra, Mother. And the Maya of Vedanta. 3 forms of Maya: Shankha, Tantra, and Vedanta. Vedanta, the one, eternal existence in harmony with its own self. Dvitiyam na mamapra. There is not a second. So all 3 forms of Maya are defined by the Kali Vidya, which is Sri Vidya, the knowledge of the highest respect. We see Maya as the illusion which obscures the reality. We see Maya in the relationship between all of us and the one of you, and the relationship of the one of you with all of us. And we see Maya as the one. And there's not a second. All 3 definitions are operative and effective. As Sri Vidya, she has 3 forms: Kali, the Divine Mother manifesting as the primary cause; Hadi, Lord Shiva, infinite consciousness; and ultimately as Sharashi, the 16-letter Kahadi, who is Shiva and Shakti in undifferentiated communion, manifesting this all as the oneness of nature perceived by consciousness. So, as the 15-letter, there are 3 forms of Sri Vidya. There's 2 forms of the 15-lettered mantra: Ka E I La Rim Ha Sa Ka Ha La Rim Sa Ka La Rim, or Hadi. Ha E I La Rim Ha Sa Ka Ha La Rim Sa Ka La Rim, or the 16-lettered Kahadi. Ka E I La Rim Ha Sa Ka Ha La Rim Sa Ka La Rim. 16 letters. So those are the 3 forms of Sri Vidya. One, Kali says the Divine Mother is the primary cause of creation, and she is celebrated as Adya, first and foremost. The second says Shiva is the primary cause of creation. Consciousness is predominant, and he is mentioned first. And the third form is the goddess Shakti, who says, hey, they're indistinguishable, Shiva and Shakti. You can't have creation without both of them. They are both equally prominent. Kaha e ilari, hasaka halari, shakalari. Together they become the Sri Cakra Yantra as Kali, the 5 triangles of the Divine Mother in union with the 4 triangles of Lord Shiva. As Hadi, the 5 triangles of infinite consciousness manifesting with the 4 triangles of Shakti. Remember, there's 9 triangles in 9 primary triangles in the Sri Cakra Yantra. So 5 in Kali, 5 of the triangles are Divine Mother and 4 are Shiva. In Hadi, 5 are Shiva and 4 are the Divine Mother. And as Kahadi, the 4 of Shiva and the 4 of Shakti plus the 1 of Kamatwa, the unity of all the aspects. So these 9 triangles multiplied by each other become the 36 principles of Tantra. So we have the 5 of Shakti in Kali, and the 5 of Shiva in Hadi, and the 4 and 4 in Kahadi, with the 1 of Kamkala. But Lalita has another quality which extends beyond the philosophies of Tantra and Vedanta. She is a living goddess, and her 300 names, even though composed in the modern classical Sanskrit, are authored containing the elements of Sama found in the Vedas. In modern classical Sanskrit, there are 3 criteria for poetic expression: the meaning, the meter, and the rhyme. In the Sama, the song meters of Vedic Sanskrit, there is a 4th element known as the tone. Swara. Each word has a particular energy, a special bhava, an intensity of vibration, an inherent power within to awaken within the seekers the specific attitude defined. When chanted with the Udgita, the special mode of pronunciation, the 300 names come alive and make our Mother manifest. And just to give you a small example, I'm going to turn to page 232 and just show you the difference of the Sama pronunciation in the first verse. Kakara rupa kakani, kakanda kundastavini, kakanda soidatni daga, kamaniya kalapati, kamalaki kamashani, Karuna Mrita Sagara, Kadamba Kanadabasta, Kandamba Kusabafrika, Kandapa Vidya Kandapa, Janaka Pankabikshana, Kapura Iti Soraka, Kalonita Tatukata. This is a form of pronunciation in the Sama where we added the swara, and we added the tone and the melody. In the Chandipat in chapter 4, verse 10, she is called the intrinsic nature of sound, especially of the wisdom of the Vedas pronounced with the Udgita. Sadatmika Subhadabhai Guralusham Gidamam Udgita Ramyapatabhatam Chasanam Devi Trani Bhagavati Bhavavanaya Vartacha Sarvajagatam Paramarti Yantri. You are the intrinsic nature of sound, and exceedingly pure as the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, and Sama Veda, with the special mode of pronunciation of songs in the praise of the divine. You are the foundation. That special mode is called Udgita, the rising song. Udgita, the song that rises. You are the three Vedas and the supreme interest. The generation and protection of the universe is the business which you manifest. Good business, Mom. You are the destroyer of fear and torment in the entire perceivable universe. The written word cannot describe the tone of sound. Some things can only be learned from watching and listening to a qualified guru. That's why we studied the Guru Gita first, so we can learn how do you watch and how do you listen. We need to hear and to see, and only then can we inculcate into our own lives the tones of the Divine Mother. How can we describe her being? After generations of reflection, the Vedic rishis could only say, neti neti. She is not this and she is not that. How does one describe the sounds of the eternal Divine Mother? The tinkling of her anklets, the generous sighing of her compassion, the sincerity in a voice choked with emotion, raised in pitch, calling upon divinity with both joy and respect. Call upon the Divine Mother. Sing her names, narrate the tales of her saints, and become inspired to greater achievement. She is our beautiful, playful, beloved Mother. She grants the fruit of all karma. Worship her in all your heart, with all your heart. I bow to her with all my being. I bow to Sri Ma, my Guru, who took me beyond the intellectual meanings of words into their intuitive power. I bow to all devotees and disciples who are striving in the path of purification, and I offer this presentation as an added inspiration to help cultivate the qualities for which we strive. Namaste. I would like for us first to turn to page 230, where we have our Kali Vidya mantra enumerated. Ka is the ultimate cause or objective, dissolution, nirguna. A, wisdom, desire, creation, rajaguna. E, the causal body, action, preservation, sattva-guna. La, manifestation, existence, tam-guna. Hrim, the one looking to the one. And that's the first kind of Maya, the Maya of Vedanta. Ha, the divine eye, Ishvara, Purush, Sa. We talked about Ham and Sa in the last chapter about the Guru Gita, the Bij mantras of the Guru. Sa is Prakriti, that, Tat, Tamasi, Ka, the manifested cause, intuitive perception, heaven, Swa. Ha, individual consciousness, Jiva, subtle conception, atmosphere, Bhuva. La, gross perception, earth, Bur. Hrim, Maya, the one looking to the many and the many looking to the one. And that's our subtle body. The gross body, Sa, means all. Sampurna. Ka, the individual cause, desires, objectives. La, individual manifestations. Hrim, Maya, the many looking to the many. That's the gross body. So we have Ka e ilarim in the causal body, Hasaka halarim in the subtle body, Sakalarim. It's all Hrim, Sakala, Hrim. Sakala, Hrim, all individual manifestations, all are Hrim. Sri Vidya, the knowledge is the knowledge of the ultimate prosperity and respect, how God sees herself, how God sees the world, and the world sees God, and how the world sees the world. The three forms of Maya, Maya as illusion, Maya as the universal body of nature, Maya as the one consciousness in harmony with its own self. And this is the Mool Mantra of Lalita Trishati. Please turn the page and look at the first letter of the first word of the first verse. And it starts with Ka. And if you turn the page, we'll go down on page 234 to the 20th name, which is Karma Phala Pradap. And that starts with Ka. And now let's look at the first letter of the first word of the next verse, the verse name number 21. A. And let's look at name number 40. And that says Cha and Ik. Eka Prabhava Shalini. That means there are 20 names that start with Ka. There are 20 names that start with A. There are 20 names that start with E. There are 20 names that start with Ila Hrim. And all the way through, there are 20 names which spell out the Kali Vidya letter by letter. And there are 300 names. And that makes 20 times 15. 15 letters, 20 times, 300 names that spell out Kali Vidya, Ka-e-ilarim, Hasaka-halarim, Sakalarim. 20 times 15 is 300. Lalita Trishati, the 300 names of the goddess Lalita. Now, to have that kind of mathematical precision in Sanskrit is unthinkable. But not only is it 15 letters times 20 names, which spells out the 300 names, they all maintain the exact rhythm of Anushtup Chanda, and the tones fit together in perfect precision. There are many marvels in Sanskrit literature. There's 1,000 names of Ganesh that starts with the letter Ga. There are 1,000 names of Kali that starts with the letter Ka. There are so many wonderful things, but nothing matches the majesty of the 300 names of Lalita. 15 times 20, maintaining the perfect symmetry, the perfect mathematical formula, which brings us into the realization of the gross body, the subtle body, the causal body, Bur, Bua, Swa, as we transcend, even as she dances across the stage of consciousness, playing with us. It's perfect mathematical symmetry. And the tones, the bob, they all combine to make this one of the most majestic pieces in all of Sanskrit literature. Philosophically, every name is a depiction of characteristics and qualities that we will want to inculcate in our spiritual path. They give us an indication of what kinds of behaviors we will want to pursue in order for us to become one with the goddess, one with the guru and the goddess, Sri Ram. Do we have any questions?
Swami?
Yes.
You speak of her as the beautiful, playful and beloved.
Yes.
Sri Ramakrishna has said there are 5 attitudes that a seeker can take towards the beloved. Like the child, the attitude of a child.
Yes.
The servant.
Yes.
The lover.
Yes. Beer. The yogi. And friend. Shaka.
Specifically, Ma has also said that we should be like a child and the attitude of a child. How do we cultivate that attitude, especially when you're 40 years old?
Oh, that's by being so overwhelmed by the awe of the privilege of having these tools and having these examples and having this environment and having this association. Be so overwhelmed as a child would be overwhelmed. Just cultivate that attitude of gratitude. She's beloved to us, and yes, we love her, but we love her as children love a mother. We watch her playful nature and watch her dance, and we still fall in love with her. We're mesmerized, can't think of anything else. We're stupefied, stunned. We can't take our eyes off her. She's really a 10. She's really an aka. She captivated our senses and made us focus right in on her. All the attitudes come into harmony in our devotional exercises.
So just to clarify this, the sadhana itself helps us cultivate the attitude?
Absolutely. All the attitudes. In our sadhana, in our pujas, in our homas, in all the text that we are reciting, we observe every attitude. We call her as a mother, we call her as a friend, we call her as a yogi would call her, and as a servant. Let me please offer to you, let me please demonstrate to you the sincerity of my love, my devotion.
I think Chanti is all quality. If you watch, perfectly.
Thanks. Let's start reciting on page 212. Om Bhu Shvaha, Om Bhuva Swaha, Om Swaha Swaha, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Swaha. Shri Lalita Devi Namah, Lalita Trishati Stotram, Japo Japahasupam, Sakalama Imudravi Rajanam, Gati Pradachanya Pramana Shabya Puti Piti. Pranama Sambhista Sukama Kilamata Punadvista Saparya Parya Gastava Bhavatu Gandhe Vilasitam Bindu Trikona Pasukona Dashala Yudmam Ambasranagadala Sharasha Shorasharam Mrita Trayam Jadani Sadana Trayam Cha Sri Cakra Yantra Duditam Paradevataya Purvabha Agastya Swaha. So, Agastya goes to Hayagriva and he says, tell me about the mother. Hayagriva, Agasano, Bhagavan Bhakta Vatsala, Patahasvitam, Sheshanasrota, Vidyanta, Dastitatsva, Rasyatnama Sasrama, Dehipatasutamaga, Vidaparam Chamena, Titrotavya Miti Nishahasva. Tatapi mama chita jata chita naiva jayate kartyam bhakmi vaso chati jyamya kantravo sva sudvata sva kingam kata nantravi yatam yasto bhakvapuna aspipiti mama tadvi ruhi yupa nandita sva samala namrita pada yukalam kala shobhava mayana no vidrita kinam dimitam priti sva Mujabate Pitam Pachitam Kato Bagula Sati Rambijagat Nishman Bhakta Yasnama Kita Sosva Dushni Stasaranagan Lalitam Bhakta Ratam Ramadi Samani Statpadam Patijan Sitasva Marshatra Yamadi Chito Guru Shishota Tasita Tatri Bhakta Pashata Sarino Kata Vitasva Tatrali Dotri Lalita Devi Kameswara Samada Pradu Gupta Kasvam Hayagriva Kotasva Sri Devi Vasha Swaha Ashwagandha Yogi Sasrati Spasti Nekraya Raja Rekam Sirodhyam Gateya Shura Shatri Swaha Sarvam Vijayam Bhagavad Yeshakya Matyu Tato Gopatiya Sarva Putika Ristiti Swaha Maya Kapni Surina Vikrita Saktovita Vishamadagya Vachudya Sakruna Pasakasakam Swaha Abhadakavitam Kya Sarva Putika Ristiti Sarva Trikanam Bhatyam Putiya Japato Swaha Sarva Putikam Ramasaditam Namatritam Agata Bruhitam Agastya Bhavitam Sankya Swaha Let's go back and translate for a little bit. This is really fun. Recite the discourse most artistic of all natural expressions elucidated. Explain the order by which existence evolves to perfection by the straightest path. By offering our own soul, we have become merged completely into the delight of perception. Again and again, we circumambulate with respect to those who have become shining lights before us. We circumambulate this remark. From the single point, there are 3 angles and then 8 other triangles, followed by 10 triangles within and without, then 14 angles. And these, then 14 angles, there are 8 petals of a lotus, again followed by 16. And these support 3 circles, 3 demarcations of existence with 4 doors, the Bhupara, and this is known as the Sri Cakra, the expression of the highest divinity, and this is the Dhyanam of Sri Cakra Yantra. So, there's a Bindu, and then a Kam, Kala, Trikona, Bindu, Trikona, Vashukona, and then 8 other triangles, and then 8, 10, 14. How many is that so far, Mr. Mathematician? 8, 10, 14. 32. And then 3 other angles is 35. And the single point is 36. And those are the 36 principles of Tantra. And these support the 3 circles, the 3 demarcations of existence. That is, the circle means Srishti, all of existence. And it means existence in the gross body, existence in the subtle body, and existence in the causal body. And then there are 4 doors, the Bhupara, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And this is known as the 3 chakra, the expression of the highest divinity. And this is, our Chandi Yantra is a Sri Cakra Yantra, a derivative. It is not the Sri Cakra Yantra. This is the Sri Cakra Yantra. But Chandi, Sri Cakra Yantra is a class of yantras which is defined as Ashtadol, Ashtapad, I'm sorry. Shashtakon, Ashtadol, Bhupad. If you have 3 triangles and 8 lotuses and a Bhupad, this is the Sri Cakra class of yantras. So this is known as the Sri Cakra Yantra, the expression of the highest divinity. And now let's read the preface. Augustus said, I agree, Lord, who is an ocean of compassion to devotees, allow me to hear that which is the ultimate to be heard. So Augustus is asking, I agree this is a manifestation of Vishnu, who saved the Vedas from destruction. You have told me the secret of the 1,000 names. Now tell me only of that which is beyond that with a certainty will bring victory over the manifestations of my consciousness. O Master, about what other objective could I desire to hear? You want to hear stories? Or you want to hear about how to find the ultimate liberation? You told me the 1,000 names. Now tell me what's even more beneficial than that. And Sutta continues his narrative. Agree, asked the Divine Mother, how do I answer this guy? I don't know. What should I tell him? Hey, Mom, I'm stuck. And tell me, what is the cause of all of this? Again, how is wisdom manifest? Tell me how consciousness cognizes existence, that united with your words, I may offer respect. Pretty good questions. And a nice way to offer respect, listening to the answers. Measure out, put some limit on both of your infinite feet, O playful mother with raised breasts. To this horse's head, or ass's tail, I agree, this world is extremely fearful, extremely fearful. What is this? What is this without end? All this worldliness, what is it? What's it for? What's its purpose? What's its resolution? Where am I going? Why shall I go there? Mom, you tell me, and I'll give an answer to Augustus. How does one give up? Give up these invasive thoughts and become united with her? How does one contemplate the infinity of thoughts without the anxiety of individual attachment? There's a myriad of thoughts, an infinity of thoughts. How do I think about them without becoming attached? How does one reside in satisfaction? How can I become satisfied with what I've got instead of always hankering for more or something else? Remembering the wisdom that the playful mother is performing all. How can I remember you? I get so mesmerized by everything I see. I can't even think of you. I think of the things and my relationship to them, the objects and my relationships. I bow to those twice-born beings of wisdom, the Munis who continually reside at her feet. As a disciple, he resided together with the Guru for 3 years, and then he heard that wisdom and saw all worlds filled with the wonder of the respected, playful Mother Goddess, who is one with the Lord of Desire. Then increasing understanding of this secret was bestowed upon Hayagriva. So Hayagriva stayed with Mother for 3 years as a disciple. Pretty cool. Good Guru. Mm-hmm. And then he heard that wisdom from her, and he saw all the worlds were filled with wonder, and the wonder of the respected, playful Mother Goddess. She is one with the Lord of Desire. She is one with Shiva, with Kameshwara. Then he began to understand. And the goddess said to him, "Oh, horse-faced," remember, Haya means horse. And he had a griva, means neck. He's got a horse face on a human neck. And he had the body of a human and a face of a horse. I am extremely pleased with your understanding of the universality of the scriptures. You shall be given kingdom, you shall be given dominion, you shall be given the mantra of 16 letters. Renouncing worldly ignorance and the knowledge of the secret of your own divine mother, and now very deeply understanding my secret allows you to know a song which brings me all pleasure. That you have renounced, that you have understood, that you have studied and practiced, gives you the qualification to understand and listen to this song that makes me very happy. Only along with the Lord of all desire can one enter into my secret. If you are one with Shiva, you can't enter into my secret. You have to purify your desire so that what you really desire is to be one with me. That's the secret. You want to enter deeply into the secret place where the secret is protected. From my order did the gods recite the circle or garland of 1,000 names. So that Lalita herself told the gods, these are 1,000 names of me, go ahead and sing. I will now tell you that song which with less words brings me all pleasure. When recited as japa continually, it accomplishes all actions without a doubt. Therefore, the chanting of these names brings to me all pleasure. You tell this to Augustia, who alone is the suitable recipient without a doubt. So she tells Hayagriva, okay, go back and tell Augustia. He wants an answer to his question, how do I get free from all this worldliness? Go tell him these 300 names. Also his wife, Lopamudra, has been worshiping me with great devotion. They are proceeding with great devotion, and therefore this should be explained to them. They are the suitable recipients. Augustia and Lopamudra are the human forms that can communicate this divinity on earth. You have remained without a wandering mind for 3 years. Thus, you should make it be known that sincere devotion alone makes one worthy of seeing me. And that ain't it the truth. Sincere devotion alone. And that's defined as a real sincerity. A real devotion. That sincere devotion alone makes us worthy of seeing her. There is no other, now or in the future, who has perceived extensive consciousness as he, Augustia. He has brought me great satisfaction, and therefore he is the suitable recipient to know my words. And Sutta said, the Sutta is narrating this discourse, thus uniting, the Divine Mother went inside and became imperceivable. So she became one in union and perfect communion, and then she became all touch. She went inside and she became invisible to the eye. And she who is the same as the Lord of all desire, she is the same as Kameshwar. She is one with Shiva. She is the one pure desire. Then Hayagriva set out towards, he was born from a jar, Augustia. He was the first jarhead. He was born from the jar, and his wife. And he came out of the Kumbha Sambhava. He came out of the Kumbh. He came out of that. When they established the pot, Augustia was born. Actually, he came out, he was also the mind-born son of Brahma, one of the 7 rishis. And Brahma cracked open the egg of creation, the cosmic egg, and Augustia came out. He situated himself in close proximity, and he called in a voice greatly wonderful, and Hayagriva said, "You are blessed, you are blessed, you are blessed, O you who were born from a child. In the 3 worlds, there is no other equal to you in devotion to the playful Divine Mother. Only to Augustia will the Divine Mother Goddess herself reveal how to control the mind." Along with your true disciple, your wife, she will become perceivable to you as the goddess of goodness, the perception of which is difficult for even for Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Now I shall tell you the song which is the cause of all satisfaction. By merely remembering this, you respected beings can perceive extensive consciousness. This is going to help you do it. Oh, Muni, this is even more secretive than the 1,000 names. It is necessary that its knowledge be confined to only those who worship the playful mother. Don't divulge this secret. Don't broadcast it or publicize it. This is supposed to be kept inside. I am telling you this in obedience to the orders of the playful mother, the respected 15 letters known as the order of Kadi. Of the many scores of names variously elucidated, O you who were born from a jar, Agastya, these indestructible 300 names are the cause of all satisfaction. Of all the secrets, this is extremely secret, so you must protect this confidence. O respected beings, may you listen with one pointed attention. Only knowledge of the names will be imparted, O you who were born from a jar, Agastya, and not the effects which they produce. You'll find those as soon as you recite the names, and you'll discover them for yourself. I don't want to prejudice your experience by telling you what it will look like. From the practice of these mantras, you will perceive the difference of one name from the others. The question was recently asked, why don't we just chant one name? And there is a difference, a very subtle feeling that will arise within the seeker, and you will understand what is the difference from one name to another. Therefore, may you listen with one mind, O Muni. And then Sutta said, thus Hayagriva explained to them before teaching the 300 names. Do we have any questions? Please.
Devi from Georgia has a question.
Yes, please.
Kali or Lalita, they are the same but they are opposite? Do we worship each at different phases of the moon, or one in the day and one in the night? Which of this is true?
We worship both of them, or all of them, all the time, all together. Don't make such discrimination. Don't make such distinctions. Life is worship. Kali takes away the darkness. Lalita is the playful dancing goddess who illuminates the light. How can you take away the darkness without illuminating the light? It's only whether you're saying, is this a heads or is this a tails? It's both. The coin contains both sides. So please, when you love her, fall in love with all of her. The giving up of the darkness as well as the illumination of the light. Are there other questions? Please.
Swami, there's another question from Nanda. Can Swamiji please explain the relation between a deity and the yantra of worship? Why do we at the temple worship with the Chandi yantra and not the Sri Cakra yantra?
First of all, yantra, mantra, Mayapakur, Devata, mantra rupini. Yantrena pujito deva sahasana prasidati. Sarvashamapi mantranam yantra pujika shashate. It's highly recommended to worship the yantra because the yantra is the form of the deity and the deity sits on the yantra. The yantra is the asana of the deity and the deity is the form of the mantra. So therefore, all are worshipped in concordance. They're all worshipped together in harmony. Yantra, mantra, and tantra. They all three work together. Mantra iti mantrayate. That which takes away the mind. It yields the intuitive experience. Yantra is in many forms a graphical representation of the truth and validity and inner purpose of the mantra. And mantra is a practical application. What do you do with this mantra? What do you understand is the yantra. What do you feel is the mantra. And what do you do is the tantra. Mantra, yantra, and tantra. These three reside together. Now, this is the form of the yantra. Now, in the Devi Mandir, we are performing the Sahasra Chandi Yagya. So we use the Chandi form of the Sri Cakra Yantra. And I've been in many, many ashrams where the Sri Cakra Yantra is worshipped. However, worship is so complex that there are very, very, very few people who understand, know, and practice which deity sits on which point of the yantra, which angle, because there are so many angles. It's not just the 36 triangles, but it's also all the angles and lines which we define in our worship of Chandi. In the Chandi worship, they're all defined. We have the 36 elements of the yantra, and then we have the 64 deities of the Sarvabhadra Mandala Devata. I'm sorry, we have the 57 deities of the Sarvabhadra Mandala Devata that sit on each point of the yantra, and then we have the 64 yoginis which sit upon them. We have a very clear, concise path of worship of the Chandi Sri Cakra, which we are using in the basis of our Sahasra Chandi Yagya. So, see, Sri Cakra is worship. You can worship as your moon yantra, but you want to study all of the deities and all of the divine aspects which correspond to each point and each angle and each line. Are there other questions?
There's a question from Kumari.
Please.
Are there appropriate times or day or season to recite the Lalita?
No, there is no inappropriate time. You can recite all the time. You can recite in the middle of the day. There are 4 times of prayer prescribed for Sri Vidya meditators. They're called the 4 sandhyas. You've often heard of 3 sandhyas, morning, noon, and night. There's a 4th sandhya for Sri Vidya meditators, and that's in the middle of the night. So any time, at any prahara, there are 4 praharas in the night and 4 praharas in the day. Each prahara consists of 3 hours. The first prahara of the night consists of the time from 6 until 9, and that's for families. The second prahara is from 9 until midnight, and that is for lovers. The third prahara, from midnight until 3 a.m. in the morning, is for thieves. And the 4th prahara, from 3 a.m. until 6 a.m., is for sadhus. And you can worship Lalita anytime, in the day or in the night. Are there other questions? Please.
Verse 27, only the knowledge of the names will be imparted, and then it goes, and not the effects which they produce.
Right.
So, why not the effects of which they produce?
This is an intuitive recitation. You yourself will find the effect. If I tell you, if you recite this name, you're going to go into this kind of feeling, then you'll be looking for that kind of feeling. Rather than concentrating on the names and feeling the vibration and let the vibration take you into the feeling, you will be clouding your judgment or obscuring your judgment by preconditioning what feeling you're looking for. So here, we have 300 names which are written with meaning, meter, tone, and rhyme. And then we have this mathematical composition, which is taking us into the rhythm of their worship, of how we proceed from the gross body, the subtle body, the causal body, and how she descends from the causal body to the subtle body to the gross body. And now we don't want to precondition your experience. I agree is just going to give us the names. You'll find yourself what it feels like, what the effect they produce is like. Do we have other questions?
We have to digest.
Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.
There's lots of questions. We have to digest.
I don't think so.
Right?
Yes. I don't think there are lots of questions. That was very, very clear. Very, very clear. Wait till you get into the names, then the questions.
Yeah.
Then the questions will arise.
Lalita.
Namaste.
Lalita.
Thank you everybody for joining us. We'll continue again on Monday night. Is that okay?
Tuesday night.
Maybe not on Tuesday. Om Bhu Swaha, Om Bhuvat Swaha, Om Swaha Swaha, Om Bhur Bhuvat Swaha Swaha. What a marvelous text. You can't write it that way anymore today. It's just, you can't. It's very difficult. Automatic recipients.
That means you have pure love.
So when we fall in love with the Guru, we fall in love with the path of the Guru, and it's a joy to learn about the Guru and to be with the Guru in her knowledge. And it's a privilege to learn the mantras, because without the mantras we can't lose our mind. Mantrayate iti mantra, that which takes away the mind. It's the tool. It's like becoming a carpenter. First you put a hammer in your bag, and then you put a saw, and maybe a screwdriver. And you fill your bag with the tools that you'll need to perform the function that you're going to perform. In the same way as we start falling in love with the Guru, we want to follow the sadhana of the Guru. We want to perform the discipline of the Guru. We want to mold ourselves into the image of the Guru. Please.
So do you need all this mantra, or you can have just one mantra of the name of the Guru? Let's say Guru Ma, Guru Ma, Guru Ma. You chant all the time. Can you do that?
If you can remember the Guru mantra all the time, you don't need all these other books.
That's faith.
If you,
Faith.
however, if you can't stay focused in one mantra for very long, which I doubt that you can, then use a book of mantras and recite the whole text. But if you can stay focused in one mantra, stay there as long as you can. The problem is we move into the mantra and the mind drifts away and we forget. And we go into a reverie and we start daydreaming and watching movies and listening to old tapes. And before we wake up, we realize that all my time of sadhana has gone by daydreaming. And I said I was doing tapasya, but actually I was just sitting and daydreaming. And that's not the same. So in order to call our mind back, we say, give us a text of mantras which defines an attitude, which demonstrates, empowers me to focus my mind so that I can stay there longer and longer and longer. That's the path. It's certainly most beneficial to stay with one mantra for long periods of time. but very, very few of us are capable of doing. Very few of us are capable of sitting still in our gross body. We can't even sit in an asana. We tend to wiggle. We want to lean. We would like a chair, or even better, a lazy boy. And put your feet up and kick back. And then I'll listen to the guru. But the first thing they teach us in military service is when we call it attention, sit in a state or stand in a state of attention. Keep your backbone straight. That's a state of attention. And all of us are pleased to pay attention to the thing that we love the most. And that's our love for God. And that's demonstrated through the path of the Guru. And the Guru Gita, the song of our devotion to the Guru, this has been a privilege to share with you. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.